What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with the review for Love After Lockup. This is season 2, we should say season 3, episode 36, titled Truth and Consequences. Truth and Consequences. Okay. I'm going to go in on a certain person in a few minutes. Like, I'm going to go in on this bimbo. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into the episode. Alright, you guys, so the episode. So it actually picked up where last week's left off. And remember, Lacey, she went and got John from jail. I'm in love with Shane. So then Shane walks up and he sees her. And I was looking at her, I'm like, so she kissed him. I'm like, so really? So you pick homie up from jail, but when your dude, your side piece walks up, you want to kiss him. And I cracked up laughing with John when he said, look at this dude's teeth. I died laughing. So then she want to play games. She want to start slapping him. She's like, I can call your PO. Yeah, do it. I can call your PO. No, I'm not going to give you your phone back. And I'm just like, oh my God. I just wish somebody would just slap the shit out this stupid bitch. Because she really sat there and picked that fight with John for no fucking reason. John didn't do shit to her. Only thing was John got mad at her because she sat there and told John that she was in love with Shane. Like, what do you expect that meant? What did Lacey's stupid ass expect for him to do? Be like, oh, that's fine. You in love with another dude? Oh, go on ahead and be with that dude. Like, that dumb bitch is stupid as fuck. So then we see the stupid bitch. You know, she's like, things were so crazy dramatic with John. And I am so proud of the way that Shane handled himself. Like, I am so much more in love with Shane than I was before. And, he took the higher road, whereas John looked like a dumbass. I should have hit him harder than what I did. And I'm like, no, the only person that looked like the dumbass in this situation was your dumbass. Like, for real, Lacey, what the fuck did you expect John to do? You sat there and said, you picking him up from prison. You're telling him you're in love with another dude. You expect him to just be like, oh, that's fine, forget my engagement to you. Let me just say fuck you and move the what was John supposed to say? Like, but be for real. And he looked like a fucking dumbass. Nah, bitch. Your ass looked like the dumbass. And I'm sorry to call her a bitch, but that's what she came off as. This episode was a dumb bitch. And then she asked Shane, so I hope that you still want to marry me. And, and he says, yeah, oh, baby, yes. I'm saying yes, and I'm not gonna change my mind. Yes, the answer is yes. And I'm just like, oh God, will somebody please get this stupid bitch off of my TV screen? Like, that hoe is dumb as a box of fucking rocks. Oh God, I just wish somebody had to slap the shit out of her. Production could have tripped that bitch and I would have been happy. But we're gonna move on to the next dumbass of this episode. Alright, you guys, so we have Angela. And Angela is just puffing her life away with Tommy. She's talking about she's nervous about Tony. Because Tony is getting out of the halfway house. And, with him coming back, she hopes that, he can make her believe that he's actually really 100% changed. And I'm just like, oh, girl, you're in for a big surprise because I think Tony is using you. And Tommy can see that as well. So let me get out my Angela voice. So Tommy tells her, because she wanted Tommy to tell her what happened with the other girl. And Tommy's like, you might not ever get that. So then, she's telling Tommy that when we go to get Tony, please do not tell Tony that you proposed to me. And he was like, why would I just casually, freely say, oh, yeah, bro, I proposed to your fiance? Makes no sense. She's like, good, because I want you guys to be friends with one another. And I'm like, Angela, you want your friend Tommy to be friends with Tony, who you had him running around with you trying to find Tony when he did not go back to the halfway house. Then, I'm pretty positive, well, we know, you told him that he talked to another girl, so you really expect for him to be friends with Tony. Make that make sense to me, Angela. Please make that shit make some kind of sense, because it doesn't. But And then, she's talking about she felt like Tony would be upset if Tommy told Tony that he proposed to her. I'm like, no, I don't think so, Angela. I think you're in love with him more than he's in love with you. But, eh, I'm just saying. Really believe that. So then we see Angela, she's talking about how I'm just ready to see Tony and his, my sexy man and all his muscles. You know, I've never been physical with him, but oh God. And that's all she was talking about was sex. And I'm like, wait a minute, Angela, you said muscles. Yeah, Angela, I'm gonna need you to get your eyes checked again because there is no muscles on Tony's body. And then when Tony walked outside, there were no muscles there, my love. But okay. And we TV, please do not show me this again. Don't ever show me and her kissing him. So, and it really repulsed me. So, she's like, are you guys hungry? Do you want to have lunch? They said, yeah. So when I get in the car, oh my God, Tommy asked Tony right off the bat, have you ever murdered somebody? I was like, oh God. And then, Tommy questions, them loving each other and they never been physical with each other or had any kind of interaction with one another. And, Tony gives some bullshit ass excuse. So then we see them going to get something to eat. And what are they eating? Steak. I'm like, oh, Angela, you might you might get your steak and your blowjob this time. You might get that. Because you remember last time, do you want steak or a blowjob? Do you want steak or a blowjob? Steak or a blowjob? He chose the steak, but he should have chose that blowjob. I probably would have said no, but Tony should have said yes. So, Tommy there at the table, they're talking about the fact that he has never dated a convict. He didn't agree with Angela dating a convict, and he asked Tony, were you desperate? He says, yes. He said, there were about 8 to 10 women that he was talking to before he got with Angela, and they were all putting donations. They were all donating to him. I'm like, oh, so they were putting money in your books. I'm like, okay, but he said once he got with Angela, he was done with them. I'm like, bullshit. So then, Tommy thinks that Tony is running the con on Angela, and Tommy and I can agree on that one. Tony is running the con on Angela, but Angela's too stupid to see that shit. Like, girl, I just don't get how you don't see it. But Tony is saying that is not the case. And he says, Tommy's like, well, if you do in some for unforeseen future that you do is, do you do want to leave her? Just leave and make it easier for her. I'm like, that dumb. I'm like your friend on the side of you with the bad teeth and the, the cigarette breath and the cigarette lungs and the cigarette talk. She's gonna go searching for that dumb fool. So you might want to talk to your friend on the side of you because that's the one that's gonna be the issue. But we're gonna move on. All right, so next is Glorietta and Alex, and this shit right here was ridiculously stupid. So we see Alex and Kato. So what's happening is it's Valentine's Day, and I don't know why Glorietta kept saying Valentine's Day. I'm like, girl, it is Valentine's Day, not Valentine's. I hate when people say Valentine's, but she kept repeating it, and I'm like, she just keep repeating this shit, and it's so dead wrong. Okay. Yeah, she kept repeating that shit. So, Alex is talking about how he's more in love with his ex than he thought he was. I'm like, well, I mean, that's not a shocker. She's beautiful, and she looks 10 times better than, Mimi over here. And then, the friend questions, if he's really in love with Glorietta, and then, he asks them how soon are they going to get married. Glorietta says, well, we haven't even picked out what kind of food we want at the wedding. And the friend was like, Kato was like, the food? That is the last thing you guys need to be worried about. Like, you guys should even need to be trying to live together to see if this is actually what you guys want to do. And I definitely agree with that. But we really know the reason why the friend is questioning all this. Because he knows that Alex is still in love with, I can't even think what the ex-girlfriend's name is right now, but he's still in love with his ex-girlfriend. And even Kato's wife, Dawn, knows that as well. I'm like, well, damn. Everybody knows with the exception of Glorietta. Do I feel bad for Glorietta? Not one bit. So, then Alex and Glorietta get into an argument because Alex asked Glorietta, why do you love me? And that is, I mean, as much as Glorietta does get on my nerves, that is a stupid question to ask, and especially in front of your friends. Like, why would you ask me that question? So they get up and leave because they start arguing. And then Kato is telling his wife that, it's very obvious that Alex does not love her. Thank you. It is obvious. And I don't know why Glorietta's stupid ass don't see it. So then she's like, really, Alex, you're gonna leave me on Valentine's Day? On Valentine's? I'm like, it's Valentine's Day. But whatever. And then, they, like I said, they just kept arguing. And eventually, he asked her one more time, why do you love me? I'm like, really, Alex? You are just really looking for an excuse to leave her at this point. And he did. He didn't break up with her, but he definitely left her with, he left with Don and Kato. I'm like, well, Glorietta, you should, the writings are clear. The writings are so on the wall for Glorietta. And Glorietta just is oblivious to it. So fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. Moving on. All right, so next up is Lizzie and Daniel. So we got Lizzie and Daniel. So this is Daniel. He's getting ready to propose to Lizzie. Why did he throw the whole box? Because I know he took the condoms out of the box, but why did he throw that whole box of condoms in that bag? I'm like, y'all gonna have sex that much? Okay. But she comes home. He tells her to pack a bag, and he says, you know what? I'm gonna drive your car, and I'm gonna blindfold you. She's like, huh? You gonna do what? To who? Not to me. Devil says no. The devil is a lie. Niggas say no. Not gonna happen. So she does eventually give in, and then they go to his hotel room, and I'm like, wait a minute. Where did Daniel get the money for this room? He ain't got no job. Like, huh? But it was a nice looking room. It gave you a Paris vibe, and he said she's always telling him how much she loves Paris, how she wants to go to Paris. So he said, "Hey, I'll bring Paris to you, and I'm going to propose to you on top of that." So then we see him getting ready to propose to her. He's all jittery and nervous, and I'm like, "Oh God, this is going to be a mess." But he does get down on his knees and he asks her to marry him, and she says yes. But she's like, how do you know this ring gonna fit? You don't even know my ring size. I'm like, you want to complain about that ring? That ring looks like something you'll give a 13-year-old girl, and that's your engagement ring. That's the last thing you should be worried about if it fits. I would have been like, what the fuck is this? What do you want me to do with that? So when people ask to see my engagement ring, I'm like, oh, here it is. Looks like something my fiance got out of a Cracker Jack box. Yeah. Like that was a sad looking ass ring. She's like, oh my God, see that? Look at it. Well, I mean, I guess you really can't see it. Nah, baby, we cannot see. I don't even know if it has a diamond in it. It might have a cubic zirconia in it, but a diamond, probably not. Probably not. He should have just went to Walmart and got a ring. Like really, he should have got the. That would have been better if he went to Walmart. But moving on to the last people who got on my nerves. But actually, she didn't really get on my nerves. But moving on. All right, and to close the episode out, we got Amber, no Vincent. So she's talking. She was finishing up her conversation with Puppy, and Kathy was looking at her. So Kathy comes down, and Amber was like, there's a lot that we haven't told you in regards to my situation with Vincent, Puppy, and my mom. And she tells her, so basically what we were doing, well, we were using him for his money with his military benefits. He was going to add me onto his military benefits somehow, so that way he can get a bigger check. So that was for me, Puppy, and my mom to have some money. I'm like, well, damn. So y'all just excluded Puppy's mama altogether? Y'all some fucked up people. And she tells her like, and her mom, Puppy's mom was like, so when you got out, you didn't expect for things to be so bad. She was like, no. And what she means is to have sex with him. No, she didn't expect for things to be so bad. I'm like, yes, you did. You're a lesbian. You knew things were gonna be bad. I don't know why Amber keeps trying to pretend like she would even be remotely, physically, sexually, emotionally, any kind of attraction toward Vincent. Like, girl, your attraction is toward women, and that's no shade, but we can see it. We can see it. We can see it. And Puppy's mom, Kathy, she just tells her, like you need to make the right choice because you could end up back in jail. And she says, if you don't want to be with him, then lose him. And I'm like, thank you. Someone has some sense in this matter. So now and she's like, well, now I have to take him to meet my family, and I really don't want to do it. And then Kathy let us know that she was upset about that plan, and it was a dumb plan. Like, what were y'all gonna do if things did not go the way that y'all was expecting them to go? Like, I don't know. But you guys, that was the episode. So be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, subscribe, and share the video. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine.